Good Erev Shabbos. Parshas Shelach. In this week's Parsha, Moshe Rabbeinu sends spies to the land to check it out, to see which is the way that we should go up to the land, to take this road in or that road, which city should we attack first. Bring back a report. Let us know how the land is, how the people are, and that it is a land that we shall be able to conquer. And so the spies, they left. They went to the land, we know. They came back 40 days later. Came back with a big bunch of grapes, a pomegranate, a fig. And they said, whoa, this land is a great land. This land produces fruit. Look at this fruit. It's incredible. And the people, whoa, you should see the people. The people, they're big. And the cities are fortified. I don't know, they said. I don't know that we can do it. Perhaps we shouldn't go. It's not possible for us to be able to conquer the land. Oh my goodness. Kolev and Yehoshua said, no, the land is a good land and we shall be able to take it. But the spies, their efforts that they came back and the words which they spoke entered into the hearts of the Jews, and they believed the spies instead of Moshe Rabbeinu, instead of Kolev and Yehoshua. And they said, no, we will not go. God said, oh, you won't go? You're right. You won't go, not today, and not tomorrow, not for 40 years. You will die here in the desert. The next generation, they shall be the Jews that shall enter the land. Now it's very peculiar. Why? Why did the Jews of the Midbar, the Jews that had left Egypt, seen all of those miracles, received the Torah, experienced the divine presence, how could they not trust that God should take them into the land and help them to conquer the land? The Alter Rebbe explains this way. The time spent in the desert, the time spent separate from the world, the time spent involved, immersed in Torah, totally consumed with the holiness of the study of His Word, fed by the man, protected by the clouds of glory. What did they have to worry about in the Midbar? They had everything they needed. Spirituality was complete. They felt they did not need to enter the land. Not only did they not need to enter the land will consume us. The land itself, living in the world, will consume us. We cannot go into the land. Living here in the Midbar, we're not under the laws of nature. We are under the laws of God, studying His Torah, eating His man. Therefore, we don't need to go into the land. And if we do go into the land, we will then separate ourselves from the protection of God. We will then be under the laws of nature. And according to the laws of nature, the weak are consumed by the mighty. Those who are powerless will fall before those who have power. And we saw the power of those people there. The land is filled with powerful people. The land itself is a powerful land. We will be under the laws of nature, and therefore we cannot go in. The Rebbe teaches us this is precisely was the error of the ways of their thinking. They thought that if we enter the land, we will be under the laws of nature. Well, we say in the Shema every day, Hashem Elokeinu. Hashem, Yud Kei Vav Kei, the name of God which transcends nature, is our God. Hashem Elokeinu. Elokeinu, this is our nature. So our nature, our teva, the strength that we have, doesn't come from nature. Our strength comes from Yud-Ke Vav-Ke, from God, from the very essence of God. And therefore, when we live in the world according to God's laws, according to the teachings of the Torah, then we are above the laws of nature. And the Rebbe said the Jews in the desert, they had not been transformed yet by Torah. Torah had been revealed to them, but they had not yet allowed the Torah to enter into them and to transform them. And we see this is the experience of each and every one of us as we are born into a world. We live the formative years of our lives in like a midbar. All of our needs are taken care of. We need food. Abba brings home the bread. Ima prepares the meals. Ima goes out and works hard too. She takes care of our clothing. My bed is even made for me, if you haven't started making a bed yet. And my clothes, they are prepared for me. I go every morning to put on my clean clothes, and they're always there. Like everything that I need is taken care of. And what am I doing? I'm studying Torah. It's a wonderful existence. I go and study Torah for 8 years, 12 years, 14 years. I become a rabbi. Everything is wonderful. But then I have to enter into the world. Oh, now I'm entering into the world. Where am I holding? Am I holding by a level of the spies, thinking that the world is going to consume me? Or do we go with the koach of Torah, with the koach of a shliach of the Rebbe, to go out into the world, not being under the laws of nature, but under the laws of God, transcending nature? We, the Jews, transcend nature. We are above the laws of nature, and we can go out into the world and make the world a dwelling place for Him. Not only that, but on a daily basis, we spend a few minutes, perhaps an hour, preparing for our day, preparing to go out into the world. What do? We take a little bit of time, and in that little bit of time, we wrap ourselves into tefillin, cover ourselves with our talis, and we go into the midbar, studying Torah, delving into the depths of our neshama, reaching to the power which is within us, in order for us to bring that power out, to be able to then pack away our tefillin, put away our talis, say a devar Torah, maybe even learn a little bit, and then go out into the world with the supreme knowledge that we are above nature. We are Jews, and the nature of the Jew is to be above nature all the time. Sounds great. But what gives us the chutzpah to think that we can really do it? I mean, this is a very nice word, but do we really have that power to be able to go out into the world above the laws of nature? The Rebbe, maybe. But me? Am I really able to go out into the world and consume the world and not let the world consume me? Can I rise above the Gashmias to perceive the Ruchnias? What gives me the thought that I can do it? Remember, we are the 7th generation. We are the Rebbe's generation. The Rebbe gave us that power with his very presence in the world. This is not just words. We certainly are able to do it. We merely need to open our eyes, says the Rebbe. Open our eyes. Sounds so simple. Just do it. Open our eyes. When we open our eyes, what do we see? If we see physicality, that shouldn't blind us to the truth that the physicality now reveals godliness. Gashmias doesn't cover over Elokus anymore. With the teachings of the Rebbe, the Gashmias actually now reveals Elokus. Go out and do it. Transform your Dalet Amos to be a place that is a home for God, a place where you and your Dalet Amos become His Mishkan. God bless, and may this week that precedes Gimel Tammuz, a week that is inspired with many things that are happening in our lives, that we shall be able to do this without question. God bless.